Hi, hello people. So different location. I'm in front of my bookcase, which has Dorbs, a Deadpool and Iron Man, books, a hoverboard, and all fun things. Why am I different in a different location? I hear you ask. Well, that's for several reasons. Number one, I'm in my room. Number two, why are you in your room, Cara? Well, that is because of, oh my god, they're monsters. It's got two kittens, which you can probably hear clambering all over everything. That I had to move from here so that this looked like a good shot. And yeah, you asked me how that's going. We've got two kittens because I don't know whether you guys kind of took note on, this is gonna end in disaster. That my pin video of when I showed my cat and my dog, that was my cat Patch, and he very sadly and very suddenly died, which is very upsetting because he was born in our house and he's our baby. He still is our baby. But we've got two new kittens. If they decide to stop playing on my clothes, I will show them you. They're called Cass and Binks. Cass is after Castiel the angel, and Binks is after Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus. Here's Cass! She's a girl, so sorry Misha Collins if you stumble across this video. I named a girl cat after your character in Supernatural. So this is Castiel. They're half Siamese, by the way, which is why they're clambering over everything. And here's Binksy! Binks, look! He's a lot more timid than she is, hence him not looking at the camera. Go on then. I had a mild existential crisis about what I wanted to do in life, what was my way to go. And that is because I've been applying for a lot of different things. I don't hate the job I'm in now, but it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And equally, I went on holiday or vacation with my bosses when we just went to Florida, and I knew this was going to happen. Now we're back and it has that kind of, everything's kind of bugging me. Stuff that I kind of let slide before is really aggravating me now. I mean, I'm still letting it slide, but there's been several occasions where I've honestly felt like going, oh, quit! You can shove your job up your ass kind of thing. And I don't know why, it's just a strong, I would never do stuff like that. I'm far too coward to do stuff like that, but that thought's crossed my head. And I've been applying for things like apprenticeships and all stuff like that, and I haven't heard back from a lot of them, which means I haven't got it. But it would be nice to know why I haven't got it, because a lot of them, the qualifications are lower than the qualifications I have. Like, they say, oh, GCSEs like C or above. Well, most of my GCSEs were Bs. I had a couple of A's, and I also have A levels. Well, the A level equivalent, which is BTEC, and I've got distinction star, which is the equivalent of 2 A stars and an A. So I'm pretty, you know, switched on in the old noggin. I'm kind of like, I'm overqualified for this. Why haven't I heard anything? But hey ho. And then it got me thinking, because my mum and dad have been kind of going, oh, why don't you do this? And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Like, my dad suggested going back and doing like catering college because I love cooking and I love baking, and that's great, but I don't want to cook and I don't want to bake for a living. I certainly would not be able to handle life in a kitchen. I would have like a mental breakdown at least 3 times a week, I feel, if I worked in a kitchen. Like horse riding, I horse ride and I've worked with horses since I was 12. I'm now 22. And that's all well and good, and I could quite easily get a job at a stable, but I don't want to work in a stable for the rest of my life. That's something that, it's a hobby, like baking and cooking, but I don't want to do that. I want to work with animals, but not horses, because that's like what I do for fun. And so then it kind of got me thinking of what I want to do, what I could do, which was something I enjoy doing and would love to get paid for. And the first thing that I said was, if I could get paid for talking about Disney, that would be my life made. Like, honest to God. And I've said I've nearly kind of gone into travel agents and gone, do you need somebody who knows a lot about Disney? I'm your girl. Got me thinking about maybe, and I've been thinking about this for a while, but it really made me think about it a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was a couple of days ago, about doing a cultural representative program at Walt Disney World. However, I have a stretched ear, I have a piercing in my lip, and I have tattoos. Now the tattoos I can overcome quite easily because I can just put long sleeves on, like they finish at my cuff, so like literally from there down it's fine. I'm taking my lip piercing out, it's pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty cool with doing that. I thought about doing it a while ago because I've always wanted, ever since I was younger, I always wanted a lip piercing because my favourite band, McFly, they had a song called 5 Colours in a Hat. She's got a lip ring and 5 colours in her hair. And I always wanted to be the girl with a lip piercing and 5 colours in her hair. Which is why I went through my crazy hair dyeing stage. However, I feel like I have a bit more of an issue with taking my my plug out of my ear, which is a really weird statement. Because I feel like part of my identity, which is a ludicrous notion and thought, but it is. I'm gonna have to do a major backstory on this. I have really small ears, like, I feel really nervous just kind of going like that and showing you. There's a clip in one of the vlogs from Walt Disney World where I kind of show my ear, not like kind of look at my ear, but like there's just a glancing of me going like that, and I very nearly didn't put that clip in because I'm quite insecure about how small my ears are, and which is once again ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, but it's something I have an issue with, and it's all because somebody said quite off the cuff, yo, you have really small ears, don't you? They didn't mean any menace from it, they didn't mean anything by it, but as soon as they said that, I then automatically took that as something I'm super self-conscious about. So as soon as I could, I changed it. So now if anybody took the mick out of my ears, it's because of my doing, not because of what my genetics royally screwed me with. Basically it. I have more of an issue taking this out because now I feel like it's made me who I am. Be quite confident and be the person I am, and I'm afraid that if I take it out I'm not going to be confident anymore. Argue the fact that a bit of bloody silicone, being in or out of my ear hole is that affecting to me. It kind of makes you think, actually, how confident am I? I think we all have that thing of, like, even if it was a necklace that, say, your mum gave you when you were little. This ring I have on my middle finger, my granddad gave me, and now I wasn't particularly close to my granddad, but if I don't wear it, I feel weird. I feel uncomfortable. I mean, I do go out the house without it, but I just still feel weird. I'm doing, and seriously thinking about doing, because Disney is everything to me, and I get emotional thinking about it, and I don't know why, I just do. It means a lot to me, and to be able to work there would be a dream. And I know even if I take these out, and I still have a very, very high probability of never getting into the CRP, and that's okay, but it's kind of one of those things that I think I want to try. I think that's one of the only things that I will be able to do that brings me the most amount of joy. And even if it is working in basically a glorified working in a shop, or a glorified working as a waitress or whatever, which I've done, you're also bringing joy to people in a way that you couldn't in everyday life. And I know what it's like for me having been in Disney restaurants, having been in Disney shops, and somebody just bringing that extra bit of magic, and if I could be that extra bit of magic for somebody, that would mean the world and more. So I think we're starting now. This is the beginning of me becoming a CRP, a cast member. I feel like that may have been a bit of a clickbaity title. I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet, but I feel like it could quite possibly be very clickbaity. So I'm sorry, I'm not officially a CRP, but I think I'm going to be on the road to becoming a CRP, maybe. I didn't want to go to university because I didn't want to start my life in thousands of pounds worth of debt. And I was really unsure what I wanted to do at university. There's a lot of things that took my interest. There was just too many things that I had a really firm interest in, and yeah, that's why I didn't. And now I'm kind of stuck trying to find other jobs that don't require a degree, which is ridiculous anyway, because experience means a lot more than a piece of paper saying, look, I'm smart. Proof in the pudding is Robert Irwin, Steve Irwin's son, is one of the most intellectual 13-year-old boys I have ever seen, and the way he talks about wildlife is better than some people that I've seen working at zoos. So, ha! But anyway, I've rambled on. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!